What's up, guys? Dustin McDaniels back here with another video. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode we're going to be recapping game number 3 between the Colorado Avalanche and the Seattle Kraken, and what a goal fest it was. But before we do get into the recap, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future action, as well as helping grow the channel with hitting that like button. It does help out a ton. If you guys want to help grow the channel, hit that like button. Helps out with the algorithm and push this video out to more people to help grow together, grow those comments, grow the not the fan base. There's no fans of me whatsoever, but a fan base of the entire team. We are a team here. Can't do it without you guys, and I love you all so much. But without further ado, getting into this game. What a game it was. A late game. If you guys were on the East Coast, I'm sure a lot of you might have fallen asleep. Unless you're a hockey hardo like myself, watching this one was a fun one. Back and forth game. First period 2-1. The second period was also 2-1. Third period 3-1 in favor of the Avalanche, winning the game 6-4. What a game it was. And honestly, my prediction of the top dogs leading the Avalanche in the last video I did for this series came to fruition. McKinnon and Rantanen also getting it done for the Avalanche in order to take over this series, and it was done by them. 2 goals for McKinnon, and then 2 goals, 1 assist for Rantanen. I thought I said, I could have been wrong, but Rantanen, 2 goals, 1 assist is what I thought I predicted in the last one. I'd have to go back and watch it, but man, oh man, they showed up. And JT Compher, I said he would have to show up as well. He showed up. Makar gets his first of the playoffs, so the Avalanche are starting to get that snowball rolling down the hill. Not quite an Avalanche yet for them, but they are very close to the floodgates opening. Looking at team stats, before we move any further, diving into individual stats, 34-29 shots in favor of the Avalanche. Face-off percentage, 58% for the Avalanche. Over 3 on the power play. It's kind of a fluke for this game, but the Kraken, I think the biggest point for them that they weren't able to take advantage of 6 power play opportunities, only scoring 1 of those. I think if you need to beat the Avalanche, you need to beat them on special teams. They weren't able to do it in today's game. I think that was a big X factor throughout. I know the Kraken aren't known for their power play, but in the playoffs, if you want success, you need to be both excellent on the penalty kill and deadly on the power play. Seattle only 1 for 6 on the day. Hits 38-31 in favor of the Kraken. Blocks 19-10 in favor of the Kraken. And then giveaways, not a lot. Total in the game, only 9. 6 for the Kraken, 3 for the Avalanche. We give the edge to the Avalanche in that one, only having 3. Looking at team stats, Rodriguez, another solid game, playing 1856 as well. A lot of ice time for him. 1 assist on the day, was a even on the plus minus. Looking at some other players, Newhook getting involved, finally getting an assist on the day. Again, we already talked about McKinnon, Compher, and Rantanen. But looking at the ice time, 21-24 for McKinnon, 18-19 for Rantanen. Very crazy ice time. Lehkonen also getting on the board with 2 assists, also playing 21-20 of ice time. That's actually crazy to see for him. On the back end, Byram getting involved with an assist. Devon Taves continues his good form with 2 assists on the day. He also had 3 shots on goal. Eric Johnson, no points on the board, but he threw the body around, 5 hits, 2 block shots for 15:46 of ice time. Cale Makar, big day for him, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points, was a +3, had 1 shot on goal, 1 hit, 2 blocks, 1 takeaway for 23 worth of ice time. That's the most for any of their defensemen. Gerard, quiet game for him, for his standards, but again, he's a very steady defenseman. Manson, his ice time is going up a little bit more every single game. He had 15 minutes worth of ice time last night and had 8 hits, throwing the body around, letting the Kraken know that he is here. Georgiev, very solid game, I thought. Couple goals, maybe 1 or 2. I'd say at least one of them was soft. The rest of them, it is what it is. He did a pretty competent job, I thought, stopping 25-29, 8.62 save percentage. Obviously not the best there, but again, with the Avalanche, with the team in front of them, I'm not too concerned about Georgiev's play at this moment in time. Now, if we're getting later into the playoffs, let's say they play the Golden Knights at some point, and we're seeing this, then I'd be a little bit more concerned. But at this point in time, with the team in front of them and the way they're playing, the way that their top dogs are playing with McKinnon, Rantanen, and now getting help from Lehkonen, Compher, Rodriguez is really stepping up this playoff so far. It's going to be tough to beat the Avalanche. But looking at the Kraken, they played well, but not well enough. Again, we already talked about their special teams not getting the job done. But highlighting some of their players, Schwartz, He had 2 goals and was a -4. He was out there for every goal against for the Avalanche. That's kind of crazy. Matty Beniers, 1 goal, -2 on the day. Played 20:49 worth of ice time. Jared McCann, another highlighted player for them, I thought had a pretty quiet game for his standards. A minus, not minus. He was a even on the day, 1 assist. And then he had 18:40 worth of ice time, 4 minutes worth of power play time, and unable to get a goal with his shot and the amount of goals he put up this year. They need him to definitely step up if they want to get back into the series. Tolvanen, pretty quiet as well, 17-10. I know he was first goal scorer in Seattle Kraken playoff history. Going to the back end for them, Larson -2 for 21:28 worth of ice time, the most, second most out of any defenseman with Dunn. -2, no points, only 2 shots, 2 hits, 2 block shots, 1 giveaway, 3:25 worth of power play time. Schultz, 2 assists. He had 17:09. He had 4:40 on power play time. And overall, I think Seattle, again, it was the power play that let them down today. They couldn't bury it, and then the Avalanche made them pay for sure in this one. So I'd say in the next game, really, all you need to say, and I guess we'll highlight Grubauer as well. 28 out of 33 stopped. Again, not a great day for him, but I expect a bounce back performance in Game 4 from him as well. But overall, looking forward to game number 4, it's going to be tough to stop the Avalanche if they continue to perform and get more depth forwards producing, as well as if Rantanen and McKinnon can continue their form. Makar looks to be getting back into the swing of things after being out for some time throughout the season. Georgiev, I'm sure, will continue to be pretty solid for them. But the Kraken, difference maker, they're going to need to score some more goals on the power play. If they cannot produce on the special teams, they're not going to win the series whatsoever. I don't care how good Grubauer is. There's no way you'll hold the Avalanche in a 7-game series to not beating you if you can't produce on the power play. So I expect another victory for the Avalanche to go back home with a chance to win the series in 5. I'm predicting we're going to say, it's going to be, I think it'll be a little bit closer, 4-3 victory for the Avalanche, and expect another big game, I think, from Rantanen and McKinnon to lead them to victory. So those are my thoughts on Game 3 as well as my predictions for Game 4. Let me know what your thoughts were of Game 3 and your predictions, X factors, and things you expect in the next game for game number 4 down below in the comments. Let's get the chat going down there. If you did enjoy this episode, be sure to drop a like on this video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. But that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys have a good one. Enjoy the playoffs today. As always, stay dusty.